Welcome back, Fins fans, and an absolutely shocking and surprising Christmas miracle. The Miami Dolphins have won another game in the 2025 season. Absolutely unexpected. Josh and I both had them losing, so egg on our faces. But like Josh likes to say, that's my favorite kind of egg on my face, right? It tastes delicious when you're wrong. So we're gonna get into it, man. Miami Dolphins beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers by a score of 20-17, and we're going to tell you who we liked, who we didn't like, and what we're looking forward to next. Welcome back to the 305 Gridiron, and for potentially the last time this season, welcome back to the victory deck. The Miami Dolphins have won a game in the 2025 season. It's been so rare that it feels so good when it actually happens. Josh, 7th win of the season. We are now 7-9 on the year. Can we avoid double-digit losses? I don't know. We'll see. Really depend. A lot of that depends on what New England decides to do next week. But that's not for this episode. That's for the next episode. Today, we are talking about what our Dolphins did that we absolutely loved. We got to see a ton of young players on the field, which is what we've been hammering away at on this show for weeks, probably actually since like week 10, if we're being honest.
I mean, honestly,
we finally got to see the young players, and quite a few of them shine. Some of them didn't, but we don't have to focus on that. Let's focus on the positive. And man, the defense just shut them down, which is the most astonishing thing to me, and what I want to start with first, because that Bucs offense has way too much talent. I thought for sure they were just going to run us over, and instead the defense pleasantly surprising.
Yeah, I mean, I was very curious to see what kind of defense what kind of defensive outing our players were gonna put on the film, if you will, against a very talented Buccaneers team. I know, we talked about it last show. This Tampa Bay team was coming in a little bit down, kind of an up and down kind of couple weeks for them. Lots of injuries. They won some games. They lost some games. But overall, I mean, they have a stellar wide receiver group. They had a very solid running back, RB1, really. I mean, Rashad White and Sean Tucker,
Bucky Irving. Yeah.
But Bucky Irving, right, is a really good lead back in the NFL. And Baker's Baker. He has a career resurgence. And so I was real curious to see what was going to happen after getting trounced by Cincinnati the previous week. Yeah. I mean, hell, we showed up in a big way, and it was kind of refreshing to see this team. Season's over, mathematically eliminated. Our starting quarterback is our reserve third string emergency quarterback. Yeah. Tons of injuries, especially on the defense, to key players. It was, I would understand if players, quote unquote, checked out, and they clearly aren't. They're clearly still bought into the message. They're playing for pride and for another contract or for another team, or to see if they can stick on this team with what is hopefully a regime change. And it was just really nice to see.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that stood out to me the most was that the defense must watch this show, because in situational ball, the defense was the best it's ever been.
Yes.
I mean, it was absolutely incredible. We gave up a lot of 4th and 1s. We can't stop the 4th and 1 for some reason. No. And I think it's a problem across the league, honestly. But, I was really happy with how the interior defensive line played in this game.
Yes.
Not so much with the pass rushers, which we'll talk a little bit more about later. But the interior line, I mean, Zeke and Grant and Phillips and
even
Sealer.
Even our linebackers, man, our linebackers balled out.
Linebackers were having a day. We got to see big play Willie Gay, because Jordan Brooks ended up going out with an injury. I'm like, who the hell's number 40? What the hell? It's actually, I haven't seen him enough. Yeah. So there's a lot to talk about in this game, man. I was just so pumped to see another win. I really had checked out of us winning another game. I thought for sure this was 3 straight losses to end the season. Then we got to go through the drama of losing the coaching staff or having that drawn out because that's how Stephen Ross likes to play. But shit, man, at least having another win towards the end of the year makes that a little bit easier to handle.
Yeah, it definitely makes it more palatable. I mean, look, for as much as I want higher draft picks and as much as I want a regime change, which is only going to come with more losses, I'm a fan of this team first and foremost, and I will always push for a win, and we can figure it out later. So, it was really great to see us pull through with a 7th round quarterback in his second start, which I know we will talk about later. Quinn Ewers, he looked fucking great. But speaking about the defense still, highest graded Dolphins in this week. Number 1, Jordan Brooks. Number 3, Zach Sealer. Number 6 and 7, Chubb and Grant. So I mean, what else could you want?
I kind of had a feeling going into this one that Chubb was going to be really the only one to put any pressure. Although Quentin Bell had a sack, he had Baker wrapped up, and somehow Baker escapes that. I have no idea how Quentin Bell does not get that sack. Like, if I'm Weaver, I just bench him right there. I mean, luckily he didn't because Bell ends up making a play later on in the game. But
that's why we're not coaches.
Jesus, dude.
Well, and what is it? Jordan. Who else had a sack? Was it Dotson? I think Dotson had a sack too because we had 3 sacks on the day.
Yeah, let me look.
I think it was Dotson. Pretty sure it was.
It may have been Dotson.
Yeah, because he balled out too. Dotson was fucking everywhere.
Yeah. So it was Dotson. Yeah. So Dotson had 5 tackles, a sack, and I don't see the ESPN doesn't show all the. I need more stats for the defense because the ones that they show are just kind of not all of the important ones. So, overall, this was a fantastic game. It was fun to watch. The game felt in control. It wasn't as chaotic as we've gotten used to. I thought the play calling for the most part was very good. There were still some times here and there where I was like, "What? Why?
Like, what are you doing?"
What's the purpose of that?
Like that screenplay or the behind the line pass to Dulcich that got blown up for a 5-yard loss in the red zone. Like, what are you doing?
Now I'm sure Mike is saying the same thing. Like, why the hell did you throw that? Like, what?
Yeah, but why is that even an option in that?
Why?
Screen?
Right.
You know
Why is a pass 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage to our slowest player on offense even an option?
Who had a hell of a game. That is not a slight on Dulcich whatsoever.
He did, but let's call a spade a spade. That man ain't fast. He's not winning any 40-yard dashes anytime soon. All right.
But no, I think what I really liked the most and what my biggest takeaway, both watching this game live and then rewatching it from a film standpoint and from a breakdown standpoint, is you could definitely tell Miami came in with an idea of what they wanted to be from an identity standpoint, and they stuck through it, or they stuck to it throughout the game. Ooh, say that 5 times fast. Yeah. And did it change anything, in my opinion, from a coaching staff change or who needs to go, who needs to stay from a player standpoint? Not at all. And we said this a couple weeks ago. No matter what happens, if we win out or if we lose out, we need to tear this thing down to the studs. We need to fix where the rot is. We need to rebuild this team up from the ground up and do it the right way. But it was still nice to see this team stick together. This team came to play, and the coaching staff is somehow keeping everyone, engaged, which is great.
I'll be interested to see what they do with Quentin Bell and Cameron Good at the end of the year. These are 2 guys that this staff has loved. I mean, they've kept these 2 on for nearly Mike's entire tenure through multiple defensive coordinators. They've kind of survived the final cuts of the year. So I'm interested to see what happens to fringe guys like that. I think quite a few of the rookies played well enough to give the next staff some good tape to watch. As we know, when a new staff comes in, nobody's safe, not even guys who are just rookies, right? Like, we see that in New England. They just cut a 2nd-round pick this year from last year. So it doesn't matter.
And the 1st-round pick from 3 years ago who's on our team.
Right. Exactly.
Strange. Yeah.
Yep. Let's get into our key takeaways then. We'll get into the chat first and then our key takeaways, because I know that you and I are kind of skirting around certain points we want to make because we know we're going to make them in the takeaways.
And we're not doing it very gracefully, I will admit.
Yeah, so let's get to Kosa. He says 100% of the rookies playing very well.
Yes, very much so.
We're going to talk a lot about that in this show. And Mike's still got to go. This is also a topic of conversation for the show today.
Yes.
So let's get into it. This chat already knows what we're going to talk about. They're in our heads right now.
Yes, they are. They are fans of us, and they understand how we do this.
I love it, though. Takeaway number one, dude, we're going right back to that defense. They were fast. They were violent. They were disciplined. They set the tone for this game. So what jumped out to you?
Yeah, I mean, secondary held it down for me. It was really big. There was a few key injuries. There was, we said it earlier, rookies and kind of younger players playing quite a lot of snaps. Secondary held it down. I mean, Davis had an interception. Jack Jones was Jack Jones, but he did make a play or two. Marshall Jr. I thought he played probably arguably maybe his best game of the season. With an interception and had 3 tackles and a couple pass defenses. It was really great. And when you look, speaking of rookies, when you look at the defensive rookies that played, when you look at the number of snaps that the defensive rookies played, it was great to see Grant, Phillips, Big Zeke, Marshall Jr. Who's the other safety?
Trader got in there.
Yeah, Trader got in there, played a couple snaps, but they were very calm. The moment wasn't too big for them. They made impact plays. They played their 1/11th, which is big. They didn't try to do too much. They didn't try to overcorrect. They didn't overthink things, which is big for rookies because that's how you end up making mistakes. So it was just really nice to see our rookies kind of take a breath. They played some serious ball this year from a amount of snaps standpoint. And so to see them against a team that I thought was going to blow, I mean, Tampa Bay in my mind is a very good football team. I know they have a shitload of injuries across every aspect of their team, but they are talented. And so to see our rookies come in and just stay calm and assess the moment in the moment and not do too much, it was really nice. And then obviously my boy Bradley Chubb is proving me wrong week in and week out. I was ready to give up on this dude. I wanted us to trade him to try to get something before the trade deadline, and 2 sacks and a forced fumble. I mean, okay, cool. Hey, stay if you want to. Won't stay past like this year, but
if you played like that, before the trade deadline, we may have actually got a trade for him.
Well, he did. I mean, he had 6 sacks or something like that before the trade deadline, and then he went quiet. And then this was kind of a revamp of the year for him. So it was just nice to see.
Yeah.
But it being a control, all night from a defensive standpoint. I mean, shit. We held Tampa Bay to 53 rushing yards.
53 rushing yards. Yeah.
So I guess I'll put it back on you. Like, what did you take away from this group?
Yeah, I mean, to hold Bucky Irving to 9 carries for 19 yards.
That's crazy.
Nuts.
That's crazy.
To cap it off, Baker had 3 for 16, Rashad had 2 for 10, and Tucker had 2 for 8. So overall, they had a 3.3 yards per carry average, but their primary running back 2.1. Really impressive day for the defensive tackle stood out to me. And you know me, I am not a guy who really watches the lines play. I don't I'm focused on the ball more than I am on the offensive and defensive line. But even I noticed the defensive tackles in this one. So that's how you know they were balling out.
Yeah.
Because Kenneth Grant was just bossing around whatever guard he was playing against. That poor guy was getting pushed around like a sled all night. It was absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
One other guy I kind of want to call out, he's not a defensive player, but he's playing special teams, so he's playing a little defense. Ollie Gordon flying down the field on special teams coverage.
Yeah. Crazy.
like a beast out there.
Absolutely crazy. Yeah.
Laying the wood. Imagine getting hit by that guy.
I'm all set. Thanks.
Dude.
Speaking of Ollie Gordon, completely off topic here, but because you brought him up, why is he not getting any rushing snaps?
They clearly like Wright better. I can't tell you why. I mean, Wright did look good in this game too. I'm not trying to take anything away from Wright.
Sure, yeah.
But I was hoping we would see more Ollie as the season went on, and in fact, we've seen less Ollie as the season's gone on. So
yeah, it's crazy.
This must be one of those things behind the closed doors that we don't see, sort of things. Maybe he's not doing the things. He's not doing as well on the little things that we don't see as Jalen is.
Yeah, maybe.
Which would make sense. Jalen's second year, Ollie's first year. He should be ahead of the curve, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Abel, welcome into the show, bud.
Hey.
Good to see you. Good to see all of you. Thank you guys for joining us. Hopefully your Christmas was amazing, or Hanukkah, or whatever you celebrate.
Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh my God.
Yeah, you're not the only one, buddy. You are not the
God.
only one. Yeah, I am officially off the Waddle as our number one train.
Whew. God, it feels good.
Yeah, shut up. All right, takeaway number 2. No.
Good. I'm feeling good. I'm just gonna feel myself a little bit. Give me a little hug.
I don't like
hug.
it. I don't like it. I don't like how cocky you are with it. It's infuriating because I hate that you're right. You know,
I hate that I'm right too.
I think Waddles is still a very good wide receiver, but he's definitely not a wide receiver 1.
Definitely not. Listen, let's be fair. I hate that I'm right too. Right? I want us to
Shut
have.
up. No, you don't. Look at the smile.
I want us to have.
Look at the smile.
I not want us to have the wide receiver 1 on our team. We're paying this guy like a wide receiver 1.
You shut your mouth.
But also, I feel really good about being right. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Let's move on to takeaway number 2. Takeaway number 1, if you're just joining us, was the defense was fast, violent, disciplined, and they are the reason we really won this game.
Yeah.
Takeaway number 2, man, we talked a lot about the young core already, but we're going to talk a little bit more about them because the young core showed promise.
Yeah, they did.
For the last few weeks, you and I have been talking about, okay, it's time to show us what you got, right? Young guys, do you deserve to have a roster spot in this team next year?
Mm-hmm.
Guys who are coming in off the street, just looking for a chance to play. Do you deserve to have a roster spot next year? We saw a lot from the young guys in this game in terms of snaps played. Who stood out the most to you?
Yeah, for me, it has to be. I mean, look, there was a lot of great film for a lot of rookies. Biggers, Grant, Marshall, Ewers, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But for me, it was very clear and obviously Jason Marshall. After a very up and down rookie year. I mean, at the beginning, we were like, oh, shit. Okay, wait, he's our starting nickel. Like,
that was crazy.
What is going on?
Yeah.
Right?
I still can't believe it all these months later.
I know. And then he switched over to outside, which is where I thought he should play because dating back to college, he was an outside cornerback due to injury. He got moved
then he got hurt.
And then he got hurt. And then he came back and he sucked. And we didn't even know. But I mean, in this game, dude, holy shit. 5 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 1 interception, and 2 pass defenses. Like, I mean, that's a fucking complete game for a veteran player, let alone a first-year rookie cornerback who has gone through the ups and downs of what a rookie season is for that position specifically. And then you look at Grant, and Grant didn't flash a lot on the, on the stat sheet per se, but I'm trying to find his stats real quick.
By the way, you're eating crow left and right here because I remember when we drafted Jason Marshall Jr., you were like, boo.
Well, I wasn't. Yes, I was.
You hated that pick, man.
Yeah, you know what it was? I think that was because I'm a Florida State grad.
It was a Gator player. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, so I think that might have been it. But I didn't see it, and I'm not saying that he's a starter, but I mean, fuck, he's good. I mean, he's better than I thought.
He won the starting nickel position on his rookie season. I
mean, you're talking about a team that.
Well, let's be honest. Cater won the position, and then Marshall stepped in when Cater got hurt.
On 29 other teams, this guy would be a special teams player, if I'm being completely honest. That is not to take away from this game, and I'm trying to stay positive. I think, I give grace to all rookies. He will figure this out, but he had a hell of a game. And then Grant, Grant did all of the little things, which I was a big fan of. Yeah. I think Grant doesn't pop a lot on the stats. You wish he did a little more.
You do.
However, it's a hard position. He needs to get his body NFL ready. He needs to get another year or two into an NFL weight room, really kind of hone his skill. And I think he's going to Grant, to me, is a type of player that's going to excel in maybe year 3 or year 2 or year 3. But he had a hell of a game that he did all the little things. He took up double teams so that Sealer and our linebackers could rush and blitz the hole. Played a huge part in keeping that running back room for Tampa Bay. Down to, what'd you say it was? What they have total 53 yards or something like that. Yeah. So it was great to see, and I think that's the encouraging part is you saw a lot of the young guys kind of, not to be repetitive, but really the moment wasn't too big for them. What I would be curious to hear your thoughts on is, does this change how you view our young core as a whole? I mean, we are going into an off season where we are hopefully, knock on wood, going to see a lot of changes and see a lot of turnover from a coaching staff and from players and this and, high ticket guys leaving and younger guys getting promoted and new people coming in and coaching and new GMs and so on and so forth. Does this the game that you saw all of our young players play today, or not today, but against Tampa Bay, does it change your view of that young core?
It gives me much better. I feel much better about Kenneth Grant. I know he plays a position that doesn't hit the stat line very often, unless you're Aaron Donald. But let's be honest, there's only one Aaron Donald. But this is a position that even Hall of Fame players notoriously it wasn't because of their stats. It was because of how disruptive they were to the game, regardless of whether or not they got to the quarterback. And I felt this was the first game I actually noticed Kenneth Grant being a regular disruptor of the play.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't have any pass rushers to actually finish the play for him. Looking at you, Chop, who goes out of the game. Looking at you, Quentin Bell, who apparently can't tackle a quarterback. Cameron Good on the other side, who is nowhere to be found in the stat line, despite playing nearly the entire game. So it's unfortunate that there wasn't people there to finish the play. He's not a position that's a finisher. He's a disruptor position that's meant to break up the play, and then somebody else finishes it. So for me, I felt way more confident in it. But the game itself doesn't change the fact that I already felt pretty good. If I were looking at just players on this team who are on rookie deals, I mean, look at offense alone. You're looking at Malik Washington, Patrick Paul, Jonah Savaniah is on a rookie deal, right? He's a rookie this year. It looks like we have found our backup quarterback for sure. I mean, Quinn Ewers is playing very good ball.
Yeah.
Certainly well enough to be a backup in the league. Maybe he'll get a chance to start. I don't know. Devon Achan's still on his rookie deal. We'll have to sign him this year. Ollie Gordon, right? And that's just on offense. If we go to the defense, we're talking about all the guys that you just mentioned. So, I feel good that we may have some pieces on defense to at least either start or be depth pieces.
Yeah.
Trader Jr. and Marshall stepping up, really, that part I noticed the most because our secondary is in such a state of disarray, man.
Shambles.
Even when we were healthy. If we had all of our guys healthy, our secondary still sucked. And so to see these guys get some valuable reps and make some valuable plays like Marshall did, and Trader's been involved in a few big hits, which I love seeing from a safety.
Yes, very much so.
So I feel great about that. I feel better about the depth of the secondary after seeing more Marshall and more Trader.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And we do have some other young pieces that are injured. I know Cater's such a hot button topic with a lot of fans. I happen to like Cater. I don't think he's a high-end starter, but I do like his play when he's healthy. I liked what we saw from Juju Brents for the 2 or 3 games before he got injured. I thought he showed – I mean, he is a high draft pick from another team. I can't remember who we got him from. Colts. He was playing really well. He had a hell of a game, his second game with us, and then third game he got injured. Kind of a running narrative with the Dolphins, I guess. But yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. I think this team does have quite a few young foundational pieces that whoever comes in and whatever the coaching staff look like, whether it's a 100% new coaching staff or a kind of a combination of new and old, they're going to have some really nice pieces to work with, which is nice.
That being said, if Weaver's back, I would love to see Rasul Douglas back because I think he plays well in the system.
Yeah. Great call out.
Yeah. And if Weaver's gone, then I don't know. It'll depend because it seemed because Rasul had such a bad year last year.
Yeah.
That it feels like he might be sort of a system guy.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think older players getting into their prime or past their prime rather. You are a system guy. I mean, I don't think there's any question about it.
Yeah. Abel agrees, man. Best game for the rookies all season. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, when it finally gave it. Why did it take this long to give them all that much playing time is my big question. Yeah. We are Gator. Mondays and Wednesdays, my friend.
Monday and Wednesdays, bud.
This Wednesday will be a recorded show, which we'll record after this show.
Man, last week we were on Friday, so you know what?
So we were on Saturday. We were on Saturday morning. Yeah. Sorry.
Holidays and end of the year make it a little funky, but normally it's Monday and Wednesdays.
Schedule's been a little whack. Our normal, like Josh said. Normal. That being said, our normal schedule, if you're new here, is Monday and Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's free. And we have a goal of 150 subscribers by February 11th. And if we hit that goal, my friend Josh over here to my left, that way, is going to give away some 305 Gridiron swag, some Miami Dolphins swag, to one lucky winner. But you have to be subscribed in order to win. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button if you like the content. If you just want to subscribe to win the giveaway, that's fine too.
Hey,
I appreciate you.
We'll take whatever we can get. And
I
also,
appreciate the honesty.
it has come up a few times in the chat on a couple shows. We are a year-round podcast. For those of you that don't know, we don't end at the end of the season. We actually have a slew of off-season content, and we go year-round because we love doing this.
And thank you for this feedback. That means we did not communicate this well enough.
Yep.
So appreciate that. We will do better next time. We will communicate our plans for the offseason on Monday's reaction show. So look for that. We'll talk about what the next few weeks are going to be.
Yes. So I believe, Costa, you're talking about Andrew Meyer. Yes, yep. He played very well. And I was excited for him. He had a hell of there was a bunch of news, and he was looking really, really good in practice. And then he got hurt, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and was gone for a while. And we were excited to get him back, and hell of a player. Obviously I am in the school of re-sign Brewer as soon as humanly possible. Irregardless. Yes. Well, I don't think Brewer's a backup. I think Brewer's top 5 center in this league.
No, I know, but Meyer.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Meyer's a hell of a backup. Like a fucking hell of a backup. Great call out.
You know how I know he played well? Because I didn't hear his damn name a single time all game.
Exactly.
That's how I know he played well. Yeah. All right, sweet. So let's get into our last takeaway from this game. Takeaway number 3, and a reason we didn't talk a lot about him in the previous takeaway is because he gets his own takeaway. Quinn Ewers took a real step forward in start number 2. Josh, he had less yardage, but he had no interceptions in this game. Mm-hmm. He looked a lot more comfortable, a lot less rattled, even though he didn't really look that rattled in his first game. He improved on that even more for this game, and legitimately looks like a guy who just knows how to run this offense. He's not... Mm-hmm. You could tell that McDaniel told him to throw the ball deep more in this game because he was slinging it. I don't know. It wasn't always flashy, but he was very good. He did not lose us the game. He helped us win the game. What did you see in terms of growth, and what are your feelings on him moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, look, I can't believe I'm saying this because you know how I felt about us drafting him.
Me too.
For those of you that aren't aware, in the off season, you'll see it this off season. I'm a big draft guy. I mean, I have top 100 boards. I do my own grades. I do mock drafts. I do all kinds of crazy shit, evals, player grades, everything. And I did not have Quinn Ewers.
That's his new nickname, by the way, Cures.
Quinn Ewers very high on my draft board whatsoever, coming out of Texas. But I did think he had some tools. I just didn't think they would translate into the NFL. And I have been proven happily mistaken because he is playing like a third-year quarterback from a comm standpoint. I'm not saying he's going to be a top-end starter. He should be our starter going forward or anything like that. But what I do see is a quarterback that even if he's a second, QB2 on the team, I would feel very comfortable with him having to play some significant snaps, barring an injury to our QB1. He just looks super calm, super comfortable. His decision-making post-snap and pre-snap is very mature for a 7th-round rookie quarterback. He doesn't get flustered by all of the shifts and the flashy shows, meaning the simulated blitz or, them trying to disguise their coverages, they being the defense. He looks like he's very quick at deciphering what he needs to do within the confines of the offense and the play that is called, which is nice. You can tell the game has slowed down for, at least from my perspective, it slowed down for him from his first game to a second game, which obviously makes total sense. Yeah. But it was really nice to see that progression because if you remember, and I'm not trying to bash Tua more than I have to, but Tua looked very uncomfortable behind that line of scrimmage for quite some time until 2023. And then every day past 2023, the 2023 season, he's looked uncomfortable. So it was nice to see a quarterback back there going through his reads, getting to his second, getting to his third, getting to his check down, and staying in the pocket and having trust in his offensive line to block for him and not get panicky, for lack of a better term. And I did find a cool stat on Quinn that I thought was real interesting. He's the 4th quarterback and the 4th Texas quarterback to win a game as a rookie since 1950.
Wow.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, so it wasn't always flashy, as you said. It was very steady. It was very non-flashy, which is kind of exciting in its own
Yeah.
way. But it didn't seem too big for him. So I guess, from your perspective, when you're evaluating a rookie quarterback or a young quarterback,
Mhm.
how important is this kind of game for you in your evaluation process?
I mean, it's everything. I feel like really, and that's I hate when freaking Chris Collinsworth says that, and I just said it. I'm gonna smack myself for that. My goodness.
I was going to type it to you online.
Can we rewind? I didn't
Nope.
just say it's everything.
Nope.
I didn't say that. Nope.
It's everything.
Wasn't me. I didn't say that.
Anthony
Definitely not.
Cowherd.
Let me restart.
That's funny.
I thought it was fantastic. I think he has looked really good over 2 games. In fact, I have kind of been like, wait, is this what McDaniel's offense is supposed to look like? Kind of has been my reaction to this, because it's the same offense, but it's a different quarterback, and now the offense looks completely different.
Yeah.
And so, was the 27,000 throws behind the line of scrimmage all Tua just being like, YOLO, F it. I'm not fucking throwing it to my first. I'm not throwing it past the line of scrimmage. I'm just going to go straight to this guy. We've seen some of those plays with Quinn. Saw Dolchik get blown up 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Sucked. Yeah. But then we see a perfectly drawn up play where, to me, this was Mike McDaniel's the most self-aware play I've ever seen Mike McDaniel draw up. He draws up a play where the guy on the left is doing an up and out, and the guy all the way out, which was Theo Weiss Jr. in this case, is just running straight. And the defense didn't even cover Weiss because they figure they're not fucking
Who's throwing it to the practice squad wide receiver?
Right. They're not throwing the go route. They're throwing it to the out. Both players bit on the out play, and Weiss is wide open for a 63-yard touchdown. I mean, credit to Weiss, credit to Quinn. They had to make that play happen. But to me, that was the most genius play call I've seen in quite some time. And completely self-aware. So, listen, it's only been 2 games. I'm trying not to get too excited for it. But just looking at the games, watching him play, everything's so much more comfortable. And maybe it's because he's young and stupid. He doesn't know what he doesn't know yet, right? Maybe he's
so cocky, right? It's cocky just enough.
Maybe he's so comfortable because he hasn't been smacked in the mouth by TJ Watt yet. I don't know. But whatever. All I know is that if this 3-game set is an evaluation period, so far this dude has an A in my book.
Yeah, and I do think context is key here, right? I mean, it is very easy to, when you go from a scatterbrained quarterback like Tua, who can't throw it far, who can't seem to process, who seemingly regressed in every major statistical category that your quarterback can do, to Quinn Ewers, who's a 7th-round rookie. It's a cool story, right? But I do think context is key. He hasn't played a game where the season is on the line. He hasn't played a game where we're not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, so every decision matters. He hasn't played a game against the defense, to your point, that is going to throw TJ Watt in your mouth 7 times a game. So I think, again, it's great. I think I really do like what I see, and I'm not saying he's the next starter. I'm not saying he's not the next starter. I think he has, if he plays one more game like he has, he's earned the right to battle for whatever this next iteration of the Miami Dolphins is, whether it's a short-term or a long-term positional fix, right? And go ahead.
I can tell you one thing right now. If Mike leaves, or if Mike is let go, and the next coach doesn't like Quinn Ewers, he will be backing up Brock Purdy in San Francisco.
100%.
But it's not even a question.
Yeah. Yep.
He will, because they're going to lose Mac Jones this offseason.
Maybe to us.
Maybe. Yeah. It looks like Vikings are the current favorite, but JJ was playing well. I 1000% with the most confidence I've ever had. I'd put so much money on this. If the next regime does not want Quinn Ewers, he will be backing up Brock Purdy in San Francisco.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. No doubt about it.
And not that we want to talk future quarterbacks, but I would really like Miami to bring in Malik Willis, who's been balling out to end the season.
I hate Malik.
I did too, but he's been playing really well. I'm not talking about for a long-term fix. We need to shred this team down to the studs, and it's gonna take a few years to build the team up so that we can then find the quarterback, get Malik, or Mac Jones in here, have them battle with Quinn Ewers, may the best man win for next season or maybe the next 2 years, and then we can find our quarterback.
Listen, if we're going to bring in a guy as a year like filler, I'm all about the memes. Give me some Jameis Winston. Give me some Gardner Minshew. Give me somebody fun so I can at least have fun watching them lose.
Delusional. And if you think Malik Willis has not been playing well, go look at his stats this year.
Bro,
go watch film.
He's a backup quarterback for a reason. I am so tired of fans getting excited for backups. He's a backup for a reason. He was
as we're sitting here talking about Quinn. That's great.
Well, we're talking about Quinn as a backup. I think he's playing well to be a backup. You're the one that said he should start. He should fight for the starting position, not this guy. I know I'm in the minority. I'd love Mac. Yeah, at least in the minority to me, because I don't want him. Let's see what else we got in here. It's great seeing a guy barreling at him and he just stands calm. Exactly.
100%.
The
yes.
lack of panic. And he can run a little bit too. He'll scoot the boot, which is nice.
Sneaky, right? I mean, he's not like crazy fast, but he's got just enough.
Pretty sure he had one run in this game. Oh, he had four. Jesus. Why did he didn't have 4 runs? That's a lie. He had one really nice run for a first down. I'm assuming sacks count as runs, maybe.
They do. Well, they loss.
Yeah. Maybe I missed it. I didn't hear the word bubble screen all game. It's just the one to Dolchik for whatever reason.
In the red zone.
Meg felt the itch. He was like,
well, you said it pre-show. When it was just you and I, you said it. Maybe it was Quinn Ewers too.
Could have been. I mean, the call was definitely to Dolchik, but Quinn probably shouldn't have thrown it.
No,
because
in those situations, I want to see him throw it away. I'd rather see him throw it away instead of getting a 5-yard loss.
Kevin Harlan's the freaking best. Dude. I'm so jealous of him. What's up, Jorge? Welcome to the show, bud.
Hey, there he is.
Welcome in.
Fancy ass.
Oh, we already put that one up, and Jorge getting the peace sign. I had other stuff I wanted to say about Quinn, but then I got distracted because we started talking about other shit. I don't know. At the end of the day, he's playing good enough to me to at least compete for the backup role next year. Yeah, if they want to let him compete for the starter role, whatever, I don't care. It's camp, Yeah. I don't know that he would win it over anybody with any decent amount of starting experience, but
agreed.
But we don't know so much about next season yet that it's hard to even say anything about that.
Right.
We don't even know if we're gonna have a new coaching staff. We don't know nothing.
We don't know who the GM is. That'll dictate quite a lot for us.
The fact that we don't have a GM yet is driving me absolutely batty.
Well, I posted it. I'm in a bunch of chats with like other people. People that are media, people that aren't media, and everyone keeps flopping with, well, we can't really do it yet until the end of the season. And then some are like, but we can. So I don't really know the rules.
Why wouldn't we be able to do it yet?
Well, because I guess they're like players. They're under contract with the team. And you can't, you know what I mean? So I don't know how that works.
But usually it leaks by now, at least that they're going to join such and such after the season is over,
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know what the rules are. I admittedly didn't look at them yet. So maybe that's why it is worrying. Taylor and I were in our group chat. We were chatting about the GM and we both agreed, like, we hope Ross doesn't take the easy route and just hire Champ Kelly. Not saying that Champ Kelly's the bad choice per se.
We don't know,
but we do want, or I'm hoping at least, that Ross will or is in the process of doing some sort of due diligence on other prospects. And if Champ Kelly's the choice, cool, like fine. Yeah. But I'm starting to waver a little bit on Ross.
We should talk about this a bit. Yeah, Greer going to Cleveland. It's not official yet, but Cleveland's talking to Greer about coming in the senior advisory role.
Yeah,
you can't make this shit up, right?
Way to go, Cleveland. Doing Cleveland shit.
Right there. I agree. Gator says, I do believe that we should bring in a decent veteran for Ewers to learn from.
Yeah, 100%.
The veteran free agent pool doesn't look great at this point. But we'll see. We'll see what happens, because we see quarterbacks get cut that we don't expect to get cut every single year. You're going to see Mac Jones out there. I don't know if you'll actually see Malik, because I think with how often Jordan Love gets hurt, I would see Green Bay locking him up. But you'll definitely see all the
Smith, right? I mean, not
Geno
that I'm
Smith
saying
will be a free agent for sure.
Yeah,
all the Giants veterans will be free agents. There will be a bunch that become available, so we'll see what happens there. Josh, one last thing on Quinn Ewers before we go into our legends and letdowns, and I know I'm dragging this out a little bit, but where do you want to see him? Are you like, okay, this 3-game set is enough for me to be like, yo, let him have first team reps right away next year and see if he can handle the first QB1? Or are you in like, yeah, he's definitely played well enough to be a backup, so let's let him compete there?
Yeah, I think that's where I'm at.
Okay.
I mean, I'm trying to be as realistic as possible. I find myself having to talk myself into being calm about Quinn because I like what I see. Because it's such a stark difference from what we were used to with Tua.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not erratic. There's an arm. He's got a fucking arm attached. I mean, like one hell of an arm. He's got the different angles. And I know I said this on our, last show? And I said it very cautiously and I almost whispered into the mic. He's got some Mahomes-esque kind of angles to his throws. I'm not saying from a talent level or that he's going to be I'm just saying different angles. He's got very early shades of early Russell Wilson with the baseball releases when he needs to kind of bend it around a player coming in his face. And he just has this like quiet cockiness that I love to see in a quarterback. Like Jackson Dart has it in New York. You know, some of the good starters, not great starters, they all have it, but some of the good starters in the NFL have it too. And I really like it. So I find myself getting very excited about him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, fuck, chill out, Josh. Like this is a 7th round quarterback coming out of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe don't say he's the next, best things in sliced bread.
I love that we have a short out there titled that Quinn Ewers is the next Patrick Mahomes, though. So
yeah, no, I did that on purpose because I wanted clicks.
No, exactly.
and it worked because I think it's at 1.4, 1.5.
Listen, there's no shame in this podcast. We're trying to get some goddamn clicks.
No.
So go click the one that says Quinn Ewers is the next Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, and it worked. It really did. But no, I think Quinn has definitely earned the right to see. He's definitely, can he be QB2? Is he a QB1? I don't know. There's
he needs
not
to
enough.
work on his deep ball accuracy a ton.
Well, but again, yeah, we don't know, right? Because yes, he needs to work on his mechanics. Yes, he needs to work on his deep ball accuracy. Yes, but I need to see how he is in games that matter. And unfortunately,
it's not impossible.
Well, no, of course. Now
this
again,
system's built for quarterbacks like this. The problem is, will this system be here?
Right. And what's really tricky is that people, and I'm not calling you out because I do it all the time, where it's like, oh, well, what about Mahomes? Or what about Brady? Or what if Brady was a 7? Well, we're talking about some of the best players to ever play the position. And I'm not saying Purdy is that, but Purdy came out of nowhere and he's a fucking good quarterback, right? No matter how you feel about it, he's a fucking good quarterback. And so, I'm not saying that Quinn Ewers is going to be a Brock Purdy or a Patrick Mahomes or a Tom Brady or whatever the case is. He's a QB2 right now. And, on a team, if we completely tear this shit down to the studs, which is what you and I both hope happens, and we fire everyone and we rebuild this thing the way it's supposed to be rebuilt without Chris Greer, I think he's earned the right to be in the conversation to let's see what you can give us. And may the best man win. And if it's him, great. And if it's not, well, then you're going to sit back and you're going to learn. And then maybe next time,
So it's right here, man. It's a dart throw. But if that dart hits, whew,
huge. Yeah,
suddenly those two salary cap problems are not a problem. Not a problem. All right. Oh, well, until we have to pay Quinn like they paid Purdy all that damn money. Let's get into legends and letdowns, my friend. So in the chat, throw us your legends and your letdowns. If you are watching after the recording, put it in the comments below. Or if you don't want to be a public-facing figure, reach out to us at email, the305gridiron@gmail.com, and let us know what your legends and letdowns are.
We respond to everything.
Well, Josh does. I haven't checked the email a single time. So he'll respond. Because I respond to the comments, he responds to the emails.
Yeah.
So if you ever wonder who you're talking to in the comments,
voila.
Hi. All right. Josh, let's start with you, man. Who is your legend, or who's your first legend? We each have two.
Yeah, I mean, I think the clear and obvious answer for me was Quinn Ewers. 4 of 22, 172 yards, 7.8 average, 2 touchdowns. The biggest stat line of the day, no interceptions. We had a hell of his rating was 118. He was calm, cool, collected. I don't want to we just talked about him for 20 minutes. So
we did.
But yeah, legend, Quinn Ewers.
Yep, I'm going with Rasul Douglas, my friend. He wasn't amazing in the stat book, but he was amazing on the field. He had Mike Evans locked down for the majority of this game, made him pretty much irrelevant. Evans had just 3 catches for 31 yards. He did manage to squeak in a touchdown there, but Rasul Douglas, if you were watching this game, anytime there was a big pass breakup, it was because Rasul was on fire. Even had a 3rd down stop on the rush that the booth
crazy.
The booth gave the credit to Jordan Brooks. It was not Jordan Brooks.
No.
It was Rasul Douglas.
It sure was.
It was incredible. So I'll give a huge shout out to Rasul Douglas in this one.
Perfect. Yeah, my second legend for the game is Bradley Chubb. There you go.
You and True on the same page.
Yep. 2 solos, 3 total tackles, 2 sacks, a forced fumble, 2 tackles for loss, 2 quarterback hits. He was everywhere. And I think he actually earned himself. He met one of his bonuses, his performance bonus. So he got, I think, close to $1 million after this game, which is great for him. Yeah. We are pro money, player money, very much so.
Give me that money.
So it was nice to see. Do I think he's going to be on this team next year? Absolutely not. No. But I think he's putting forth a very good showing for his next team.
Yeah, we talked about my second one a whole lot to show already, so I won't go on and on and on about him. But Jason Marshall Jr., his best game as a pro. You talked about the stat line before. Mm-hmm. Absolutely balled out with 8 tackles, a tackle for loss, 2 pass deflections, and, of course, the interception. He had an amazing game on this one. So huge shout out to Jason Marshall Jr. I hope we see more of that, my friend. Yeah. You're just a rookie. There's a lot more to go. This right here, I kind of vaguely mentioned it before, but Darren Waller was an afterthought in this game, which was sad to see because he is such a big body. But Dolchik has kind of taken over that spot.
Yep.
We haven't mentioned the Biggers field goal block yet, which was huge.
That was crazy.
It was a 50-something yard attempt, and Biggers got his big-ass meat paws in the air and blocked the field goal. So really great legend right there, Kosa. Hell of a call-out.
Yeah, really great call-out, Kosa.
Yeah, Zeke Biggers making an impact as a
he's had quietly sixth. Yeah, I think he's had a hell of a very quietly a hell of a couple games here in a row.
I feel like him and Jordan Phillips have been like these quiet monsters hiding and waiting.
Yep.
And now that Benito's out for the season, it's like, okay, open the box.
Zeke.
All right, let's get into letdowns, my friend. We each only had 1 letdown for this game because it was a really good game for us. So I had a hard time even coming up with it.
Me too.
But I'll shoot it over to you first.
Yep.
So I can't wait.
Cue the violins, ladies and gentlemen. My letdown is none other than my previously quoted wide receiver 1, Jalen Waddle, who had 1 target, 0 receptions, 0 yards. I know he went out for a while with an injury yet again. Honestly, I'm just tired of this guy not being on the field. I think he's got all the talent in the world, but he just can't stay on the field. And the best, not to use coach speak here, but the best ability is availability, and he ain't got it. So, there have been some very high end rumors that Waddle might be on the a few teams might be inquiring about Waddle in the offseason. So hopefully he's here because I am still a big fan of his. But yeah, he's got to get his shit together.
Play small. Yep. I think you owe myself and Mike McDaniel an apology.
Nope. Never.
Because I've been calling him soft for weeks and he's always hurt. And you said that it was Mike pulling him from the game, that he wasn't always hurt. I'm just saying.
Well, you're not getting an apology from me.
That's okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
True Blazers letdown is Mike forever, Mike. The Dolchik series at the goal line made me want to pull my hair out.
Yeah.
Every game that we play, it's super positive. Mike always has a series or 2, or I think there were 3 actually in this game that made me want to absolutely jump through the TV. And it's just like, what are you doing, man? Come on. You do so well for 75% of the game, and there's 25% of the game where it's like you've never seen a playbook before. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah. Read the room, Mike.
Yeah. Dolchik and Chubb are my legends for Gator Fanatic. Waddle is sadly my letdown. Everybody's coming to the dark side. I love it.
Yeah.
But listen, it's not really a dark side because there was teams offering a first-round pick for him. So if we can get a first-round pick for him in the offseason.
And honestly, I still think we do, right?
That's pretty sweet. Just don't trade him for the AFC East, please.
No. No, I know weren't the Bills one of the teams.
The Bills were the biggest.
Yeah,
yeah,
you
the
guys
biggest
can
offer.
cordially go fuck yourselves. We are not making a trade. No, thank you.
Kansas City, whatever, fine. Bills, get the fuck out of here. You too, New England. I can see them coming calling. You get out of here too.
Could you imagine fucking Waddle with a quarterback that can actually throw it deep? Oof.
I think he would be better in New England than Buffalo, actually.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
I think Drake May fits his style much better than Josh Allen.
I think Waddle would slide into the Diggs role if they chose to get rid of Diggs.
Yep.
And he would be fantastic. But let's not see that happen, please.
No, please. No.
Please.
All set with that shit.
Give him to the Jets if you want, because nobody cares. But all right, my letdown is the left side of the offensive line. Jonah and Patrick Paul had a pretty forgettable day. Thankfully, it wasn't so bad that it really affected the game hugely, but there were a few times where Achane or Wright got hit behind the line of scrimmage because somebody just straight up missed a block on the left side of the line. Where it's funny because the right side of the line had the highest grades when we were talking at the beginning of the show. Our highest PFF grades went to the right side of the line. The left side of the line was the exact opposite. Pretty rough day. Jonah and Paul just continue to have communication struggles, which is pretty wild. They've been playing together all season.
Even in the offseason, that's the whole reason Jonah got slotted on the right side, or the left side rather, because he came from the right side on college.
It's troubling to say the least. They're gonna have a full another offseason together here. Jonah will be a second year. Paul's gonna go into his third year. Hopefully, they start to gel a little better because otherwise, they're protecting the blind side for the next quarterback, man. Yeah. Like, that's a problem if they're not on the same page.
Yeah, I'm not as concerned because they did string together probably 6 or 7 straight games where they were playing fucking lights out, and shit happens.
My only concern is they let a free rusher hit Ewers, and I never want to see
Twice.
that, dude.
Twice.
Yeah. Like,
both
I
sacks.
knew Yaya was going to get a sack. I didn't know Yaya was going to get a sack because nobody touched him.
Yeah.
Like,
I will say this. I was shocked at how well you can't stop Vita Vea, but how well we slowed him down. All things considered for not having Brewer in the lineup. Yeah, that was cool to see.
I thought the running game played fairly well too. We haven't talked a lot about them, and I know we're getting ready to sign off here in a sec. But just one last thing: Achane with another 100+ yards from scrimmage. Great day for him. Jalen Wright had 5 for 56, a whopping 11.2 yards per carry.
That's wild, dude.
Wright was having himself a day, and then Ollie didn't get a carry of this one, so
that's sad. And I think Achane we're on the 2000 watch. I think he's at 18 change. From scrimmage on the season.
Let me look real quick.
And while you're looking, Kosa, so do you guys believe that maybe playing with a new center affected that side of the offensive line? I mean, maybe. I don't think there's an excuse to let a free rusher run, no matter how confusing it is with a new center. Yeah. But I definitely don't think it helped because I think Brewer's talent level is so much that he covers up kind of, the rough edges, if you will, on quite a lot of the players on our offensive line. But no excuse to let a player there was some miscommunications where both players went to the same guy, which allowed a free rusher. So that's unacceptable.
Achane is at 1,838 total yards, which means he needs 162, which is a pretty hefty amount against New England. We'll see if he can get
doable.
It done.
I mean,
it's doable.
And that's from scrimmage. It's not rushing yards.
Right, not rushing yards from scrimmage. So hopefully we'll see it. Costa had another one here. I'm also disgusted with McDaniel's play calling before the first half ended. We should have thrown the ball down the field at least once. I think he was trying to. I think Quinn got hit twice on that one.
Yeah, that's when he got both of his one of his sacks and one other.
I can tell you, I didn't really feel great about that end of half drive because it felt like we had so much momentum, and then we ended the half with 3 straight negative plays, and I was like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, like, oh, shit. No. And we're not, and we still sucked in the third quarter. So
yeah, 0 points in the third quarter again. Do not forget my legend. Who was your legend?
Abel. Where is it?
I don't. Abel give it to again, maybe because I don't
third
see it.
Down. I don't see it, Abel.
Yeah, Abel, give it to us again because I'm not seeing it in the chat here.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
I don't think it's Waddle. Greer going to Cleveland. We're just searching through the.
Yeah, Abel, shoot it over to us again because I don't see it.
Yeah. While you're doing that, Abel, we're going to give a huge shout out to you guys in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us again tonight. This is a win, regardless of the fact that we barely held on at the end of this game. It is a win. We're 7-9. Now we go to New England, by the way, next week to see if we can finish with 8-9 record and avoid the double-digit loss. I don't know. We'll see if they're playing their starters or not. We still don't know that information. They do have a position locked up in the playoffs. I do not think it's possible for them to get the number 1 seed, but I haven't looked.
It
is.
Is it? Yeah, that's what's scary, but we don't know because what's his face? So
they can lock up. So they're probably going to play their starters. If they
but Herbert is injured or is being benched. So Denver might be playing their backups. I don't know what I read it. It was kind of all over the fucking place, but so I don't really honestly know what to expect. What to expect from if they're from that New England game, if they're playing their starters or not.
So right now the Broncos are playing. This says the Chiefs, but I think is that this week?
That's not right. They're not playing the Chiefs.
That was this week. They were playing the Chiefs.
Yeah, they're playing the Chargers, I think.
So the Broncos are 13-3. The Patriots are 13-3. They're battling for the number 1 seed, so we may see their starters, whatever. Listen, legend was Andrew Meyer. 1 penalty, no botch snaps. He held his own. Great call out here, Abel. Appreciate it, dude. And I can't say when my Florida teams play each other. You made it through the game, buddy. You made it through.
You made it. That's all that matters.
All right, if you liked what you saw and you're not subscribed to the show, please subscribe. It's free, and it really helps us a ton because the more subscribers we have, the more YouTube suggests our content to other viewers, which is fantastic.
And I really want to do a giveaway.
And we really want to do a giveaway. 150 subscribers by February 11th, and we're giving away something. Josh is giving away something. His hard-earned cash. He's going to send you a bucket of cash.
Don't promise that. Don't fucking promise that. No, I'm not.
Also, please like the show. Likes also help us get more viewers as well. But you guys are always fantastic at liking the show. We always have more than 10 likes per show because you guys are freaking legends. And Blake is always in here reminding people to like too. Which is
awesome. Which is awesome.
Yeah. So send if you have takes or questions or show ideas for us. If you don't want to put it in the chat, you don't want to put it in the comments, hit us up at the 305gridiron@gmail.com. And if you don't want to email, then you have to do the chat or the comments because there's no other way to get in touch with us.
Yeah, you could. We also accept carrier pigeons.
Carrier pigeons are good. Yeah, send them to the 305 Gridiron. See if they can find us. All right, that's going to do it for us, guys. We are not live streaming a preview show next week. We're actually going to record it as soon as we sign off here. Josh and I are going to go get a drink.
Wednesday. Yeah.
We're going to go get a drink, and we're going to pre-record the show, and then we're going to launch it on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Because it's New Year's Eve, we'd rather do something else at that point. So that's going to do it for us for tonight's show. Thank you so much to my partner in crime over here, Josh, a.k.a. Aqua Ace, for holding it down with me. And thank you, chat, so much as well. Have a fantastic week. Have an amazing new year. We will see you in 2026. You will see us in the final day of 2025, but it will be recorded. So we appreciate you guys all so much. We will see you next Monday for our reaction show to the Patriots-Dolphins season finale. Can't believe the season's almost over already. Wow, it's crazy. But yeah, on behalf of Josh, a.k.a. Aqua Ace, I'm Anthony Pinzone. This has been a 305 Gridiron. Until next time, fins up, everybody.